welcome back. I hope you're all okay. I am doing my nails again. I'm a bit bored of these. It's only been like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, but I chopped through it last night when I was chopping onions or peppers, I can't remember, for dinner. But I have a wedding to go to as well, so I need something that's going to match my outfit. So I've got a green dress, like a sage green dress, because green, I love green, and white sandals, a white bag, and then like gold accents, so gold necklace, earrings, the strap on the bag is a gold chain. So I wanted something nude with white and gold, and I saw this picture and I don't know where, I never got to save it. It was like it's happened so many times before. You open up Instagram and then it like, you see something and then it refreshes and it's just gone. So it was one of those situations. It was either Instagram or Pinterest, but I saw it for like 2 seconds, loved it, never got to screenshot it, don't know who the original artist is, but I'm trying to recreate it from memory almost. But I'm going to push back all my cuticles and then I'm going to remove those crystals, which MAKARTT Rhinestone Glue Gel is the bomb. It hasn't budged at all. But I hope you stick around. It is a bit of a long one again. I'm using some bits, no I'm not. I was going to say I'm using some bits from the Shein haul from Sunday. No, Wednesday. Jesus, what day are we on? But I'm not. That is in the next nail design that I've already done. But yeah, removing those crystals. These were, I think they were from Crystal Parade. Were they? Elegant Opals, I think. But I just used cuticle nippers to almost crack the glue underneath the crystal, and then they just pop off. Oh, and I've got my new nail drill. I was talking about getting a new nail drill, and a couple of people commented with some useful information, and it already had been looking at this one. It'd been sitting in my basket for a couple of weeks, but you gave me that push to order it and I love it. The only issue I'm having with it is, especially if I'm wearing gloves when I'm doing clients, it's very smooth, like the handle is very smooth. So I think, there's some tape that you can get to put around your fingers when you're doing clients and stuff. I've used it a few times before, but I've seen people wrap that around literally where my thumb and my first finger is now, where you're holding it, the gripping bit, just to give it a bit more like sustenance. I'll tell you what, me and words just don't get along. I don't even know if that's the right word. But that tape like sticks to itself. It's not sticky at all, but it sticks to itself a bit like bandage tape almost. So it's not gonna, if I don't like it and I want to remove it, it's not going to leave any sticky residue behind on my drill. So I think that's what I'm going to try today. Not in this video, but after I've done the voiceover. So I've taken off the crystals, and I'm just removing the bulk of what's left on my nails. Remove all the gel polish that's on there. Obviously this one's going to need a little bit of shaping because we chopped the end off. I'm very lucky that I had nails on, maybe. I say this every time when I take my nails off and then I go and prepare dinner. I don't know. I don't want to big myself up, obviously. I'm okay with chopping vegetables and meat and all of that, but I find I'm better if I've got nails on. I feel safer and more confident if I have nails on, because I know that if I do slip, it's only gonna cut a nail. They're the bits that are sticking out more, sort of thing. It's not actually gonna cut my skin. So I feel much more confident if I'm actually wearing nails for some reason. So I've removed with the bulk of the nail around the cuticle, any lifting that was there. There was a tiny little bit lifting on the index finger, I think. Definitely wasn't the thumb, it was one of the fingers. And then I've switched to a cuticle bit I've brought. Did you see in the Shein haul the brand new drill bit for the cuticles. It's gone. It's just wandered off. I've used it once and it's just disappeared. I have no idea. I barbicided it, I cleaned it, sanitised it, sterilised it, I put it away and it's just gone. So I might have to order a couple more, like one for backup or something, because the one time that I actually got to use it was really, really good. So I've grabbed Katie Barnes curved cuticle scissors. I bigged these up last time I used them. They are so good, so good, to remove all the dead skin from around my finger, my thumb, my cuticle, all of that jazz. Oh, and I had a quick look into, if you saw my last video where I did my own nails, I was on about these cuticle scissors and how they have like a sharpening service. They don't do it anymore. I had a look into it and it's not something they offer anymore. So I will still be buying a second pair so that I've got, you know, one spare. I don't have many clients, it is usually only me that I'm using these on, and they always get sanitised before they use on a client anyway. But because I mainly focus on just press-ons, so when there's like 2 clients a week sort of thing, they have plenty of time to be sanitised sort of thing before their next use. So let's chop all of those bits off. It's so satisfying to watch. I love it. I will literally watch like half an hour long video of people chopping off the dead skin from around the cuticle. I love it. Yeah, this design, I've been wearing it for about 5 hours now and I absolutely love it. The only issue I have, which I will probably, I won't tell you yet. I won't tell you just yet. We'll talk about it once I do the bit that I'm having an issue with. I'm just taking forever to take off my dead skin, so I've got nothing to talk about. We're going to, I've buffed and etched all of my nail that's actually like my actual nail that's showing, and then I double dehydrate and then I prime, and then I'm going in with, so it's Modelones dehydrator, Madame Glam's non-acid primer, and then Madame Glam's soak off base coat. So obviously the dehydrator will suck out all of the moisture, any oils. The primer will get that surface ready for something to stick onto it, and it will really hold it and bond it on there. And then you put that base coat on and that will stick to the primer, which is stuck to your nail. And then that base coat is the perfect literal base for anything to go on your nails. And I'm using, I've already said, Madame Glam's base coat, soak off base coat. I've ordered the massive refill bottle for the base coat, and I've filled up 1.5 bottles now, I think. Bloody love it. It's great. I think it was $40 with the VIP membership, so it might be like $79 non-VIP. But their no wipe top coat refill is always out of stock, and I've set up like an email reminder. I'm so desperate to get it. I've grabbed, once the base coat is cured, I've grabbed Born Pretty's rubber base gel in number 15. It is my favourite. It's like the perfect pinky nude for me, and I will use it every single time. I need to order another bottle of it because it is gorgeous. So I've the tiniest bit on your brush, and then you kind of like want to rub it into the nail itself, and then dip your brush back in the bottle to get as much product out of there as possible. Well, a nice big bead. Pop it on near the cuticle, like in the centre of the nail, and then you want to push it back to that cuticle and then slowly swipe it down. So I need to talk a bit slower, I'm getting out of breath. So that scrub layer, that first little bit of layer that you've put on, the smallest amount on the brush, and then you're scrubbing it into the nail, that's like a slip layer. So when you go back in, because you're not curing that, when you go back in with your brush into the bottle to get off a nice big bead, talk slower, Hayley, you are then going to put it on the, basically where the apex is, so like the stress point, and then the gel that's already on your nail, that slip layer, the scrub layer, will pull the gel off the brush, and then you it just flows. That slip layer pulls the gel off the brush and it will flow where you want it to. Like gel attracts gel, and that slip layer just makes everything super easy and super smooth. So then I always just concentrate down the centre of the nail, because obviously gravity will pull that towards the sidewalls, but you want to grab a fine brush and just make sure you're going around your sidewalls and your cuticle area. So this is me thinking, what did that design look like? I had not the foggiest. I knew it was a glitter gold on and like a white on a nude base, but because I had this nude base last time, I wanted something a little bit different. So this is actually something that you'll see in the next video. This is from another haul, so I kind of was right at the beginning, I suppose. I do use something that's from a haul that you haven't seen yet. So this is the glitter jelly gel from Born Pretty in 02. First time using it and I love it. It is gorgeous. So because it's a milky jelly gel, it is quite transparent, but it has so much glitter in there, but it's like the finest glitter you've ever seen. So like it just catches in all the light and it's so pretty. Honestly, it's so pretty. I will definitely be using this more often, but I wanted to try it out and I was like, do I like it? Because I didn't want to get rid of that pinky nude that we've got going on, that we've built the nail with, because I love that. I absolutely love it. Like I said, I think it's like my perfect nude, but I liked this and I was like, yeah, why not? Let's put it on the rest of the nails. Now, in my head, I was like, I'm pretty sure the design that I'm copying / recreating was matte. I was so sure. So once I did that glitter, the milky jelly glitter, and I cured it, I went in with a matte top coat, because I'm using the gold gel paint from Born Pretty, from Madame Glam, sorry, and it's a no wipe residue. You don't have to top coat it, so I knew it would be okay to matte top coat now. And I'm using the Pat Paint Gel from Born Pretty, and again, that's a no wipe, so both of them can go over the top of the top coat. But then I did the matte and I freaking hated it, so I was like, you know what, it doesn't matter, it does not matter, we can top coat with a glossy after. The matte surface is fine for something to stick to. Sometimes I do the matte top coat if I'm doing crystals, if I'm putting crystals on, and then I will go in with a glossy. So I knew it wasn't a big issue, plus it's only got one coat of polish on it at that point. If I'd done like 2 or 3 coats and then a matte top coated, I would have had a big problem, because then that nail is going to be quite bulky. But I thought, you know what, it's fine. So the design itself, from what I can remember, was basically some gold swooshes. So some of them were a little bit different. So like the index and the ring were kind of similar, but just different like place on the nail. And then the middle and the pinky, never got to see the thumb, I don't think. I think it was just the 4 fingers. But the middle and the pinky were kind of like swooshes from like half a French, essentially, but in opposite directions. So the middle was like the left side of a French, and the pinky was like the right side of a French. And because I didn't know what to do on the thumb, I kind of just did the swoop, like the half French again, like we did on the pinky, the right side French. So I'm going to do all this swoopiness with the gold. This needs 60 seconds to cure. And then we're going to go in with a glossy top coat, a no wipe top coat from Madame Glam, because the next step we can't top coat. Also, I thought, like I said, after wearing them for a little bit, you know, like going to the toilet and washing your hands and pulling your trousers up and all that, TMI, there's a reason why I don't like matte top coats or textured nails, and it's because of that. I find it so difficult to film doing my own nails, especially. So I've had this like tall tripod, it's got the ring light, it's got 2 different arms to hold like 2 phones at once, or 2 cameras at once, and I've had that behind my desk for a while now, and it's always worked okay until I started moving one of the arms that holds the phone / camera, and I realised that it's actually damaging the wall behind it. My wall is like a dark British racing car green, and it's actually took some of the paint off, and I feel like it might have dented the wall a little bit as well. So a few years ago I had like a clamp ring light with one holder for the camera or the phone, so I was like, I know I had that, and I think I gave it to my daughter. Turned out she gave it to her sister, who then gave it to her cousin, who then gave it to a friend. So I was like, you know, forget it, it doesn't matter, I'll just order a new one. So I ordered a new one, had it up for about a week, and the clamps broke on it already. So I've had to go back to the tripod, but I'm not putting it behind my desk this time. I'm going to put it to the side and like really extend the arm, so that I can film a bit better. But it's just so difficult to film my own hand with the setup that I've got. I really need to look into something better, something different. I've got to do the overhead setup because I don't like it when it's in my face. But yeah, I've just got to, if you know of any setups that you've seen that look like what I'm describing, it's got to be overhead. Don't know if I need a clamp or not, because like I said, the clamps just keep on breaking on me and I don't know why. So I need to look into that like desperately, because it's becoming a bit of an issue. I've basically top coated all over the gold, and then I've grabbed the Pat paint gel from Born Pretty, done some swooshes, so outline the gold and then do some more swooshes, some more lines where the gold is, and then sprinkle over some clear acrylic, and then we'll tap that off. You just want to make sure that the gel is soaking up that clear acrylic powder. You will know if you sprinkle it on, let it soak in for like 5 seconds, tap off the excess, and then just leave it for 10 seconds to see if that gel polish goes shiny again. If it does, it can soak up more, so put some more on. If it doesn't and it stays matte, you're good to go. Just give it a cure. So I'm going to do those swooshes on all of the gold bits. I'm pretty sure this is what it looked like. I'm hoping I'll see it again eventually, and I'll be able to credit the original artist. So I've just had a break from voiceover. My daughter has just come back from her auntie's. She's been there 3 or 4 days. She's been to like an obstacle course thing, and picnic walks and stuff with her auntie and her cousins. They had COVID 2 weeks ago, got over it, went on holiday, so we haven't been able to see them for a good like 2 weeks because they had COVID for the week, then they were on holiday for the week. And my daughter is like their second daughter sort of thing. She's always there. She's come back. She's so tired. She's the one with the heart problems and the arthritis, so she gets quite tired, and she fell asleep as soon as she sat down on the sofa, and then she woke up at about 9:30 at night, had some food, watched a film with us, and then went to bed. But she woke up this morning and she looks rough. So I was like, you know what, you're doing a COVID test, and she is positive. So we probably won't be going to the wedding anymore. but I'm still doing my bloody nails, you know, still got to get them done. So she's gone back to bed today and I've got my right hand to try and do, because like I said, doing my own nails is so tricky for me, and it takes me literally 2 to 3 days. Sometimes, even if I'm not filming, like if I don't film, it can take me a week before I do my other hand, because there's just, my household is so busy. Homeschooling, housework, running the press on nail business, doing clients, doing my own nails, going to see my mum and dad, they need help sometimes. If you've been around, you'll know my mum's health issues. I mean, my dad's in his 70s and he's got a few health issues himself, so I don't like to see them struggle. But they phoned us yesterday, just before Macy got back, the one with COVID. So we didn't know she had COVID at that point, but just before she got back, we did the food shop, and my mum phoned and she was like, your dad's got you something. Can you call him on your way home? I was like, yes, that's fine. And then he's got like a trolley at the top of the driveway. And I'm like, oh God, there's no room in the boot. They've obviously got something for us, or they need something taken somewhere. And I was like, there's no room in the boot. And he was like, oh, you can't have it then. Turns out he's only gone and brought us this smoker, this like pizza wood fire smoker thing, this pizza oven for outside. I was blown away. How sweet is that? So I've just said, if we don't go to the wedding, which I don't think we're going to, we will have a movie night. We'll put the projector up outside if the weather's nice, and we'll get the wood smoker. I don't even know what it's called, the pizza thing. And we'll make some homemade pizzas and we'll watch a film outside, just to make her feel a little bit better. Maybe we'll set up the fire pit and have some s'mores as well for pudding. But hopefully if the weather stays nice. I'm putting on some crystals. I always use the MAKARTT rhinestone glue gel. It is the one. Like I've said, I've used it for 2 years now, 3 years maybe, and it has never done me wrong, ever. So I'm putting some crystals on in a little swooshy bit. So when it's like the Frenchy swoosh on the thumb, middle and pinky, those crystals are going to be at the top, but the index and the ring, like I'm doing now, is in the centre of those 2 swooshes. And we're just starting with a big one in the centre and then one either side, and then just whack some gold caviar beads as well. And this, I think at this point, after I've cured all of these crystals on, I could have gone in with a top coat. The texture from the white gel paint with the clear acrylic powder over it, going to the toilet, washing my hands. Like I said, I can't do texture. I love texture, and I love matte nails. I love them. I just can't wear them personally, and it really bugs me. It really bugs me. I don't know if anybody else is like that. Love to look at them, think they're beautiful if they're textured or they're matte topped, but I just cannot wear them myself. I like to feel the smoothness, and I don't want any bits. But I have finished all of my nails, and it was even harder to do my right hand with my left hand. So I didn't film it because it is a nightmare, but I'm going to rub some MODELONES cuticle oil on. This is the Elixir cuticle oil. It is bloody lovely. I just gave like the dregs, the last little bit of my other bottle, to my sister-in-law, because she's a prison officer, prison warden, so she is always using her hands, and they get dried out quite quickly, so she needed that more than I did. But let me know what you think. Do you love them as much as I do? They are like the perfect wedding guest nails, but I'm not going to be a wedding guest anymore, so I'll just have to get dolled up and stay in the house and have pizza. Let me know what you think. Everything I've used will be linked in the description box as usual, with discount codes to all different sorts of places. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Oh, and if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. Bye.